to the route, adding that the presence of equipped operatives will act as a deterrent to criminal activities. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, emphasized the need for collaborative efforts among key stakeholders in Southeast Nigeria to halt the illegitimate sit-at-home order. During his operational visit to the 14th Brigade Nigerian Army at Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Barracks in Oafia, Abia State, the Chief of Army Staff highlighted the role of regional stakeholders in restoring normalcy and fostering socio-economic activities.
Pledge the readiness, the willingness, and the availability of the formations and units of 14th Brigade and even other Nigerian Army assets deployed around this area to support the government of Abia State to ensure that we continue to improve on the state of security and assist the state government to provide that enabling environment for economic activities and development to thrive.
Governor Alex Oti of Abia State expressed gratitude for the joint efforts of Nigerian Army troops and other security agencies in reducing insurgency in Abia State and the wider southeastern region.
If you do not have security, you can't talk about investment. You can't even sleep with your two eyes closed. So it's very, very important. And then the icing on the cake is your visit. And this visit has further strengthened our resolve to do whatever we can do to partner with you and work together to secure not just Abia but the Southeast. I believe that in no distant future we'll be sitting down with you again as Southeast governors. Because if we solve the problem of security in Abia and there is even security in Ebonyi or Enugu or Imo, then the problem has not been solved.
The Nigerian Customs Services say it recorded 21.4% in revenue during the fiscal year of 2023. It attributed the achievement to various initiatives and strategies implemented by the service to enhance revenue. The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adini, disclosed this in Abuja at a press conference.
This record is particularly remarkable given the challenge within the operational environment. Operational challenges such as the lower transaction volumes that we recorded during the year, issues of compliance management, inadequate infrastructure, and capacity gaps, which compounded by delays in policy implementation and socio-political factors. Also, the anxieties associated with a major election year, the prolonged cash crunch linked to the introduction of higher denominations of the Naira, and which temporarily impacted the purchasing powers and the overall economic activities.
The Supreme Court has affirmed the election victory of Governor Amadu Fintiri of Adamawa State after dismissing an appeal filed by the governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Umar Ado, for lacking in merit. 5-member panel led by Justice John Okoro dismissed the appeal after it was withdrawn by counsel to the appellant.
It had already been clear that we had 6,000 votes, not too much. And as officers in the Temple of Justice, we read the mood of the court. We know the court is very busy. And we said, fine, we took the hint and we withdrew the appeal. Hence it was struck out. The appellants, in their own wisdom, got the hint of the court and withdrew the appeal. So we did not object to the withdrawal of the appeal. Neither did we ask for costs. We allowed them to withdraw it, and that is we are good. I'm excited.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has fixed Friday, January 12th for judgment in an appeal filed by the Kano State Governor, Abba Kabir Yusuf, challenging the ruling of the Court of Appeal. This was contained in a notice issued by the Apex Court to all parties in the suit on Wednesday. Also, Also, the Supreme Court will, on the same Friday, deliver judgment in an appeal filed by the Plateau State Governor, Caleb Mutfwang, challenging the nullification of his election by the Court of Appeal. The Apex Court also reserved judgment in the appeals by Ukechukwu Aniwe of the PDP and Ikechi Emenike of the APC against the election of the governor of Abia State.
For now, we keep our fingers crossed. It's a question of resolving XP 38 and XP 188, all of which came from the same party. And one shows that our clients got a clear 174,000 as against their own 184,000. And whether the result that was not stamped, that was signed by a ward agent, return to the local government agent, will suffice to overturn it. So let's keep doing that and we pray for their lordship for God's wisdom.
And on the foreign scene, Morocco won a vote on Wednesday to lead the United Nations Human Rights Council after a heated showdown with South Africa, which said Rabat's human rights record made it unfit to preside over the body. The Moroccan candidate, Ambassador Mar Zaniba, received 30 votes, and his South African opponent, Ambassador Zolisi Nkosi, secured 17 in a secret ballot in Geneva. President Cyril Ramaphosa has paid tribute to globally renowned photographer Dr. Peter Magubani for fearlessly using his camera to capture the atrocities of apartheid while putting his life in danger. His work documenting apartheid helped shift global opinion against the regime.
By him and who he mentored, it is clear that the description of him as a legend is clearly a fitting one. We have in our midst today men and women from various generations of journalists, of which Peter Magubani, fondly known as Peter, formed part. As we salute him, his contribution and his service to the people of South Africa, I also join in that salutation.
And in sports, Super Eagles players in their flight en route to Ivory Coast have posted pictures of themselves in the local Nigerian attire as they head out for the AFCON tournament. The team had arrived at the Ivory Coast capital yesterday. Nigeria have been drawn in Group A alongside Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau and host Ivory Coast, with their first game coming up against Equatorial Guinea on Saturday. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Omoite. Good afternoon.